What's going on, guys? It's Greg, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get your initial sales on Teespring. So first off, getting initial sales on Teespring is extremely important because you're dealing with the trust score. So as Teespring got bigger, they implemented this new feature. It's called the trust score, and basically it's for your account. If your account has sold shirts, they trust you more and they actually start indexing your shirts into their marketplace, getting you free traffic. So you have to build up that trust score initially. If you don't, you're really not going to get as much traffic as you need to. So step number one before we do anything is we have to make sure that we're making good designs, because no one's going to buy anything if it's not a good design. So you can do one of two things. You can either go straight to Teespring and start creating them on the site. What I recommend you do is use a designing software so you own that design and you can put it wherever you want. The ones that I like the best are actually smartphone app. I use Typorama, that's for iOS, and then WordSwag is for Android. And as always, the little disclaimer here, Typorama is completely for commercial use. WordSwag hasn't officially announced that they're for commercial use yet. So use it if you want, but they haven't publicly announced that you can use it to sell on t-shirts. But Typorama absolutely has. Once we've created our designs, the first two steps are done. Now we've got to put them on the shirts and make a lot of campaigns. What you're going to want to do is make at least 100 campaigns and put them onto Teespring. So once you've got all these designs on Teespring, now we're going to make a storefront. So go into your Teespring account and you can create a storefront from your dashboard. If you have any issues with that, let me know. And go in and just make your storefront look pretty. I don't want to go into detail on how to do this, but put a nice banner photo and just make everything nice and organized, and then add in campaigns. Now you don't have to have all 100 designs in there. Just go for niche. So you can have something like 10 or 20 different designs in there, and that's gonna be your store. And just make sure all of those designs are relevant, because it's gonna be a storefront, it's a niche, and in this next step, we're gonna be driving targeted traffic to that likes that niche. So if you have a dog niche store and you put something in there about cars into the same storefront, if you're driving dog people to that storefront, no one's going to be buying the car stuff and it's just going to be irrelevant. So it's not going to be a good match. Once we have that storefront made and we have some products in it, now we need to actually visit that storefront and copy the URL so we can link people to that storefront. Now that we have that, we're off to a good start. So there's only a couple steps left now. Now we need to just step aside and we need to go and create an Instagram account. And if you don't already have a Facebook account, you're gonna need to create a Facebook account. So on Instagram, you're gonna need a new email and you'll sign up and create a new account. Now this is going to be the account for this specific storefront. So create the username as something that's relevant to this niche. So now Instagram's set up. We don't have to do anything yet on that. Now we'll go over to Facebook. So you can actually create a business Facebook page through your personal Facebook account. So if you already have a personal Facebook account, you can just create a business page and no one sees that you're the owner, so it's not linked to you personally. If you don't have a Facebook account, you'll have to create a personal Facebook account. You don't have to fill in any information, and then create a business page for this storefront. And you can call this whatever the niche storefront is. It doesn't have to be a company name. You don't have to register it or anything. It's just going to be, call it whatever is relevant to that niche. Now that we have both of our pages made, we have our Instagram and we have our Facebook page. Now we need to link the two. So now go onto your Instagram page and go into settings and go to linked accounts. And you'll find Facebook. So then it'll ask you to log in with your personal Facebook account. And that's going to be what we just created, or the personal one that we're using to create our business page. Now, once you log in with that, it'll allow you to select the business page you want to link it to and select that page. Now, all we have to do is post on Instagram. And then there's a little toggle switch when you're about to post that post. And it'll say, do you want to also share this to the Facebook page that's connected? And just click yes. And then all you have to do is post that one time on Instagram, and it'll also post on Facebook for you. Now you're posting two places at once. It's very simple. So what are we going to be posting? You need to be posting photos of your campaigns, whatever's in your storefront. It can be screenshots of your storefront and anything relevant to that niche, just to drive traffic and interest for people who are interested in this niche. So I always recommend you go to placeit.net and you put your designs that you created on models or on items, and then post that on social media. Now that does come with a price tag of $29 per month, but you have over 17,000 different models you can choose from, and it'll make your social media pages look very professional, and you'll find a lot more people go to your storefront from social media just because it looks so much more professional. So step number one is we need to use hashtags. So before we can use hashtags, we need to find the right hashtags. Go to search on Instagram. So open up your Instagram, and at the bottom, there's a little magnifying glass. Click that and it'll bring you to the discovery page where there's a lot of different photos. Now up at the top, type in hashtag and then something that's relevant to your niche. So hashtag yoga, and type that in and then see what these suggestions are. And what you're going to do is you have to pick 30 of these hashtags and make a list of 30 from these suggestions. Now, there is no specific rules you have to follow here. You can pick any 30 and you can create different lists of 30 so you can try out different hashtags on different posts and see what tends to work better for you. But there's no rules that you have to follow here. Just find 30 hashtags that are relevant and jot them down in your phone notes so you can keep a list of this. And when you actually make your post on Instagram, just put the caption describing what the post is and post it with no hashtags. And then right after it's posted, come back to that post, make a comment on the post and paste in those 30 hashtags. Now it's not going to be a big eyesore on that post, but you'll still get the power of all those 30 hashtags right in the comments. So that's how you're going to get targeted traffic to your posts. And then the last thing is, how do we get them to your storefront? So there's two places we need to adjust this, and all we're going to do is go into edit profile on Instagram, and where it says website, we're going to paste that link to our storefront. And then the second part of that is you have to go over to your Facebook page that you created, and on the shop now button that's in the top right, set that to link to the storefront as well. So that's how this all works. And all you're gonna do is post up to 3 times a day. 3 is the maximum. You don't wanna post any more than that, it's too spammy. But you only have to post once a day or as much as you can. So if you can only post once a week, that's fine, because it's just bonus traffic that you're going to be getting in front of your posts and your shirts and potential sales. So as much as you can post, but just don't do any more than 3 a day, because then it just gets too spammy. And that's the whole thing. So that's what you have to do in the initial phases to drive free targeted traffic from hashtags on Instagram over to your posts. And then when they go to your profile, they click on your storefront and they see all your product offerings. And that's how you're going to get those initial sales. But guys, thank you so much for commenting and liking on these videos. It helps me so much, and I can't thank you enough. If you guys like this one, give it a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content generally, I've got more and more coming for you, so subscribe to the channel. So guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.